Danger.
Yeah, so main reason I restarted it,
Danger.
it said I was playing Dragon Raja. Dragon Raja is. So I figured Dragon Raja. I don't know. I mean, looking at, the game Dragon Raja, it's got someone else's called Star Rail Part 117, Free Dr. Ratio. And they're journey lead up. So, I mean, it's got another Star Rail stream listed under Dr. Dragon Raja. So I don't know why it's got that. But it's not just me that's happening to, it's happening to other people. But hopefully I can... And here I thought I was the drunk one and I'm sober. Making a joke because I used to drink a lot.
Danger.
We'll see if it fixes the game thing later, but... Now that I think about it, is there any other characters you'll need to review for you besides the review you sent me, Shadow? Yeah, I got part of the title name now, in case people want that, or even you. Doesn't have to be North American, just as long as I can see them through my phone. In all fairness, Natasha was part of your 3-character review, or, yeah, she was part of it. I mean, that's fair considering Serval is based around lightning, so until you can... Kafka is definitely damaged over time, but I could understand if you're doing just a pure lightning kit with Serval, that might be her best in slot.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect straight to the intranet.
Mm-hmm. sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your humble friend, okay?
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Here too. My memories are just a jumbled mess of words. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
I don't know, what did she say?
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you can...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's about time we had some new recruits.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Xianzhou Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately. It's risky taking sides.
Why do I feel like she's about to talk about a heliobus?
The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to Arlen's investigations too. Now I should be able to tie everything together. The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be...
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't...
Just as I thought, I vaguely remember that Arlen said more. It's related to the thing I forgot.
I'm sorry. The situation is very... How did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure? I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. The surveillance didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances occurred. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, some of the witness testimony seemed to agree with this. The words they used were spontaneous combustion of the human body.
Okay, I mean, it's only a theory that can happen, but it's only a rumor, never been proven.
Have you asked the Department of Ecology? Huh, she's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Huh? What did I say?
She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either. Ah, that's right! They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Both are types of energy life form. Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is most likely the truth. Let me remember my initial conversation with Herta, just in case. I need to go over it from the start, starting with the conversation I had with Herta.
It's just the fact that they were Heliobi. I figured that's what they were talking about, but for a second I'm like, why? We just had a Heliobi event.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama? A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene. Hearsay hardly counts as compelling evidence, now does it?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate her story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If she is truly innocent, she can clear her name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Hey Makoto. I'm glad we're getting a kind of trial like Genshin. I wouldn't say like Genshin, just I really like these detective court stuff. Hell, even in Trails I enjoyed this.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio?
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners? Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I don't mean this in a bad way, Makoto. I want you to stay, I want you to chat. Just don't spoil how a quest is supposed to go, please. I still want you around, just... I haven't done this before, I don't know what's going on. So all I ask is not to spoil.
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one
I doubt Herta...
Based on your story and the Herta's collection,
Sure, but you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I mean, that's fair. I don't mind that. It's just, if I need help, please let me ask for help before we start saying how to go about stuff. It kind of happened with the Sparrock fight way back when. someone else was also saying, you shouldn't be doing this, prepare for a fight, do this, that, and the other. And it's like, I haven't played this. Can I enjoy the story and experience how everyone experienced it blind? I don't mean it in a rude way, I really don't. I understand that June want to help, and I do appreciate that. It's just... if I need help, can I not request it first before being bombarded with, do this, and this? It's like playing Clue, and it's like, okay, well, talk to the investigator, go to the kitchen, and then check the basement, versus, okay, well, where can I go? And you got all these options. And like I said, I'm not meaning in a bad way, it's just, if I need help, let me ask for it first, not just tell me, is all I'm asking. Again, no rudeness aside. Though I'm overhyping the no rudeness, but I'm just not trying to hurt feelings.
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your store and the Herta's collection, an endless trove of trinkets and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking. However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down on?
And the assignment involves a... based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Please be quiet. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one...
I doubt...
based and Herta... based and the Herta's collection. An endless...
I remember now.
That's enough Herta's collection. An endless...
I remember now.
That's enough Herta's collection. An
Okay.
endless trove of... and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even... based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I really should look at the details regardless.
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I wasn't trying to throw shit aside, balls to the wall. That was unintentional. It was just...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically sound.
Honestly, I'd rather have to start over than keep going balls to the wall. Just choose. There needs to be a step-by-step process. At least how I like it.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now?
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking her, Lady Asta. Your testimony went out the window the second you started being secretive. However, she decided to hold... Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, so what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with one stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
No worries, just enjoy your lunch.
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making. Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though, researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department. Clearly, though...
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I review a certain record...
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that. But then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
What are you saying OMG for?
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Is there a registration for PS5? What was the email? Oh yeah, I also need to set on that tonight. Crap. Well, at least just gotta do this for now. Not trying to pause the stream, just... Shit, second option for me, it's just the third option. Well, I got disqualified. Possibly. Sorry, I just doing the beta test questionnaire. Open world, single player. That I've played the most? Okay. Astral Chain. Played more of this than I have actually, and I played more of this. Shit, I'm about to get fucking called out. Right.
there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I could pre-register too, though sadly I can't.
This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Harrider Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
This is...
A declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Japella Brotherhood, despite both groups belonging to the Annihilation Gang.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Would you believe it would be merely a coincidence? Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
These trifles are of no use to me.